Hi, 5th grade. This is Chapter 1, Lesson 2, Math Book, page 19, from Independent Practice. The lesson is all about comparing and ordering numbers. So, we need to write less than, greater than, or equal in each circle to make the sentence true. Number 8. We need to compare these numbers. So we could say it out loud. We have 132,721,424 compared to 132,721. It seems a little obvious because this number is so much shorter that this one is probably less than, but we like to line up the place values and double check that. So starting with the ones, I'm lining them up right underneath, and I'm just going to be sure that that number is definitely less than this number. As I line them up, I can see I don't even have anything in the millions place. This is a much greater number. Therefore, the large mouth of our symbol opens to the larger number. They don't even have millions. So this one is much smaller. And we read it out loud. 132,721,424 is greater than, because the big side comes first, is greater than 132,721. Moving on. Of course, you could do this on a whiteboard, but I'm just going to do it on the paper to keep it going. I'm going to rewrite this number underneath this side. So I'm lining up my ones, my tens, my hundreds. I could probably leave out the comma. Once again, my 1,000s, 10,000s, 100,000s, and then my millions, 2 million. Well, here we go. So we have 152,388,000 versus 152,388,010. Wow. Well, they're very similar, so let's start. In the millions, the greatest place value, they both have 1. So that doesn't help me. In the 10 millions, they both have a 5. Well, they're the same so far. In the 1 millions, they both have a 2. In the 100,000s, they both have a 3. In the 10,000s, they both have an 8. In the 1,000s or thousands, they both have an 8. Same so far. Then we move, I'm going to grab a different color, into the hundreds. They both have a 0. Into the tens, we finally have something different. And this number, 1, is greater than 0. Therefore, this entire number is greater than the number above it, because in the places that are larger, this one was the first one to have a larger number in that place value. Therefore, this number is greater than this number. So I want to make my symbol open up to this number because it is greater. If you had to read it out loud to your teacher, you would say 152,388,000 is less than, because the small side came first, 152,388,010. This is the greater number. Moving on. We need to order these from greatest to least. So I put a couple on this. I transferred number 15 to my whiteboard, so it's pre-written right there. So I took all the numbers from number 15 and I just rewrote them exactly as they are on the page. And I laid them on top of each other, above each other, in order so that I could compare them from the greatest place value down to the least place value. I'm going to number them as I find the proper order. So, starting in the greatest place value, starting in the 100 millions, I have a 3, I have a 5, I have a 3, and I have nothing. So I can see right away this is going to be the least because they don't have anything in the 100 millions. I'm going to write a number 4 next to this one because when I go from greatest to least, I know this will be the last one, no matter what. Now I need to go back and compare these. I've got a 3, a 5, and a 3. 5 is greater than 3, so this one must be number 1. It beats the others. It is greater than the others in their largest place value. They have 500 million versus 300 million. Now I need to move on to these 3s. I have a 3 in the 100,000, 3. That's the same. I have a 9 and a 9 in the 10 millions. Nope. I have a 5 and a 5 in the 1 millions or millions. Nope, they match. So I move on to my 100,000s. I have a 0 and a 0. Wow, they're still matching. A 2 and a 2, a 4 and a 1. Finally, something different. The 4 wins. The 4 is greater than the 1. Therefore, this entire number is greater than this entire number. Because in the place values that count, the greater place values, this one was larger. So this would be number 3, and this, this would be number 2, and this would be number 3. Continuing, I'm going to check my work. I need to make sure I'm accurate. I'm trying to go from greatest to least. So this number had a 5. We said it was the greatest. The next one should be this one. I'm double checking my work. And yes, the 4 beat the 1. So we said this was the second greatest. Then I'm down to number 3. This definitely follows number 2 because they are so similar except for this place value. And we said this was definitely number 4 because they didn't have anything in the 100 millions. Now I need to take these numbers that I put in order with numbers on the side and rewrite them on the line for number 15. And that would probably take a little while, but I'll do it just so you can see it written. So we said the greatest one, maybe I'll transfer my numbers. The greatest one is this one. The next greatest one was this one because it had a 4. The next greatest number was this one, and the final one is this number. I need to rewrite these on the line in order from greatest to least. And we are separating them with semicolons so we could tell the difference between that and a comma. So the greatest one is 593,801,021. Next we said was this one, 395,024,814. Put a semicolon to separate it from the next number. We said this came next. 395,021,814, semicolon, because there's a new number coming. And finally, the last one is this number. It's only 39,021,814. There we go. If I wanted to be sure that my teacher could tell where my spaces are, I might even put a slash in between just so there's a definite breakup between the numbers. So these are greatest to least, largest to smallest, and now we need to do least to greatest, which would be the smallest number to the largest. I would use the same strategy, rewrite these numbers on a whiteboard or a piece of paper, which I already have done. And now I'm going to compare their place values from their largest to their smallest and see the proper order. I'm looking for the least, the smallest to be first. Here we go. They all have 8 in their largest place values, so I don't know yet. They have 5, so that was in the 10,000s place. They have 5 in their thousands place. They're all matching. Moving on to their 100,000s, they all have a, oops, they don't all have a 2. We have a 3 here. So this one is the greatest. Since I found the largest number, I'm going to do a strategy this time where I take that number and write it into my answer space here right away, just so I can then erase it. So the greatest number we found out was 301,001. So at the end of this line, I'm going to write that one because I want to be able to take it out of my group of numbers. And I know this time I'm trying to go least to greatest, so I'm trying to keep my brain straight and put my largest number at the end. Now I can erase it from my whiteboard, or I could cross it out because I no longer need to compare that one. I'm going to see what's next. So, looking at the whiteboard, we said these numbers all matched. I'm looking for the least to the greatest. Right here we have an 8 in the 10,000s place, a 9 and an 8. We have a clear winner. This one's the largest. Therefore, this number, once again, I'm going to transfer onto my paper because I know that that is the next largest number. So I'm going to take this one and rewrite it. This is my strategy. So I'm going to write 0. At the end, I'll read these out loud. Okay, I put a semicolon. I'm ready for another number. I can erase this one from my board. Now I have 2 left. I could have crossed it out or put a number next to it if that would be your choice. They all matched all the way up. We have 8, 8, 5, 5, 2, 2, 8, 8. Oh, here's where they are different. We have a 9 in the thousands place and versus a 5 in the thousands place. 9 is greater. 5 is less than 9. Therefore, I'm going to write this one onto my blank because this would be the next largest number. Here we go. Transfer it to my answers. I like to start with the ones so that I can make sure I don't accidentally write something inaccurate. Semicolon, ready for the other answer. Therefore, this is the least number. I can erase what I just copied down. This was the smallest or least number, and I will write that down and then read them out loud to you. This was my strategy because my brain is looking for the greatest numbers, and it's easier for me to just rewrite these onto the line backwards. Okay, let's double check our work. 85,285,671 is the least. Next, 85,289,688 is the next. We're going up to the greatest. Then we have 85,290,700, and then the greatest number of all was 85,301,001. That's the strategy I would use when I'm writing my answers on the test. Good luck. Hope this helps you.